My name is Michael Liffmann. I go by Mike Liffmann. It's an extraordinary feeling, really, really, truly a highlight of my adult life. No question about that. The fact that I have all of these grandkids playing now, and this is, the 4 generations of Liffmanns now that have played this game. My dad taught it to me. I'm sure if I would have had the presence of mind at the time to ask him where he learned it in his small community in Western Germany. He played it well. He was a goalkeeper in Colombia in a semi-professional league. And then we went to soccer every weekend. I got on the bus and played with my friends, and to have our grandkids now, and I know these grandkids are going to share it with their kids as well. So it's just a terrific feeling, one of great fulfillment, and it's really, really nice to know that, in a very modest way would have contributed to this community. Dealt with the logistics of the game, such as, getting the fields, putting the fields up, marking the fields, who's bringing the chalk, who's bringing this, who's bringing that. That was the preoccupation here. Communications were just a lot easier in those days, right? We didn't have to worry about texting anyone or how come you haven't responded to my email or anything else like that. It was one of those things where, see you next Saturday, right? And if there was any kind of a rain problem, we didn't have the forecasts we have today, so it wasn't like stand by to see on Thursday, stand by whether games on Saturday morning will take place, and there certainly weren't any horns going off anywhere, right? So it was one of those kind of things where, yep, looks like rain, and we played in the rain as long as there was no thunder and no lightning. Early on was our relations with with local officials and BREC. The relationship with BREC was nothing like it is today. Okay, today they are an integral part of the game. At first, there was some convincing that had to be done. And the convincing, the single biggest convincer was the mayor, who had at that time swapped this property with the state for this was all the old airport, old downtown airport in Baton Rouge, and he had swapped some property with the state and needed to put this land to use. And we came to him and said, can we play soccer here? We moved our temporary goals from Highland Park, and we came from one weekend to the next. We came and marked out some fields up here. We asked him BREC folks to mow it for us. They did, and we set up over there on Airport Boulevard. The expansion of the Baton Rouge Soccer League to a soccer association was just, that all happened within 5-6 years. Growth was exponential. It was terrific growth. So there were a lot of people involved. There was a lot, there was some tensions there. Those of us who had started the recreational leagues just to play and don't worry about it, there were some people who were more competitive. They started the select leagues, and then there was the poaching of the better recreational players for the select leagues. There were some tensions there, but all good. All good. I was truly in it just for the joy of the game, and just a heartfelt thank you to the game for what it did for me. It was not until a few years later that the Louisiana Soccer Association got started, and we became members of that and participated in tournaments and things of that sort. But at first it was all here. So Gotchaw's, in the uniforms department, that was part of the deal, right? Jan and Ralph had gone to Sternberg's, and they said, well, we'll provide the uniforms. So people were buying the uniforms with them, $20 for the uniforms, okay? And so each team had a different color. And so they would provide them. They would sit there, and Ralph would dutifully sit there and imprint the team's names on the back of each shirt and things of that sort. Hank DeBoer, absolutely instrumental in helping us through that really, really difficult growth spurt that we had there in the late 1970s. Hank was president a couple of generations after I was president in 1976. His wife was our first paid employee. She was the one who identified. She was the first one that professionalized the league. So people would come there to register instead of going to Gotchaw's or anywhere else. So this was all just, fill out the forms, bring your checks. That's all very good. So there was none of this online stuff, or those were things that there was just, Dick Tracy did things like that in the future. Yeah. Honored to be a part of all of this. Honored to have been one of the founders. Little did I know that we would be doing this now, 50 years later. And again, I challenge those 8-year-olds today, 50 years from now, to celebrate a centennial. And I hope that that celebration will be one just as joyous as the one we'll have here in 2025. It's wonderful. It's a great game, and I can't think of any other game that would do this. Yeah, every other game is it just requires too much. This one requires nothing. It requires nothing. Officiated, played, was a grandpa coach, assistant coach, did all of those things, loved every single minute of it. So 50 years of doing this, that was well worth it, well worth it.